already know some people are going to come at me for saying this, but today we're going to be making our Halloween themed soap bar for our Halloween collection that comes out next week. Yes, I know it is kind of early, but to me it's mid-August, the weather's dropping, and I feel like this is a perfect time to start. And I do also need to let the soap cure, so the earlier the better. If you're new to my page, then you probably won't guess right away exactly what soap bar we're making, but if you're not new, then you probably know. Recently, this is a soap bar that we've been making every year for Halloween because it's become a fan favorite, and it's actually one of my personal favorite soap bars that we have made of all time. I'm dividing the soap into a bunch of different layers, but it's actually only going to be 2 colors. Well, the end result's gonna have 3, but for now we're just gonna be working with 2, and they're very contrasting. First, we're gonna start off with black. I'm gonna start off with the liquid coloring, but I'm also gonna be adding some activated charcoal in there, not only to make the color a little bit more darker, but it also has cleansing properties, and this is a soap bar. And to the black soap mixture, I'm also gonna be adding our fragrance oil. I have to work really fast with this because the last thing that I want is for it to harden on me. And as I was stirring the soap bar, I already started to notice the clumping, so I went ahead and poured it. It's supposed to be a lot smoother, so sadly I'm gonna have to use my spatula for this. I feel like the first layer is always the hardest, and thankfully this is gonna be on the bottom. The next color that we're gonna be making is white. And to this mixture, I'm actually not going to be adding any fragrance oil because sometimes that leads to discoloring, and I really want to keep this as white as possible. It's looking a little bit yellow due to all of the oils that I used, but I'm hoping that it's gonna lighten up. And then also next to the black, I feel like it's just gonna look a little lighter. The consistency of this white though is very nice. This is kind of what I'm aiming for the rest of the soap bar, so hopefully we achieve that. I'm just gonna go ahead and flatten everything to the best of my ability. We're pretty much just gonna repeat the process. I really have to make sure that the layers do dry thoroughly, that way this doesn't happen. The pour was a little too aggressive, so I feel like this black soap bar seeped into some of the white layers, and I'll definitely probably have to clearance out this section of the soap, but I learned my lesson, so for the rest of the pouring, I'm gonna use a spatula to kind of level it. That way there's not room for any more errors. I realized I haven't told you guys what soap bar I'm making yet. Today we're making our Beetlejuice soap bar. It starts off with the black and white stripes, and I'm not able to decorate it until it does fully dry. That's when the third color comes in and basically the main color of the soap bar. I think the thing that I really like about this one is it's a little bit more unique, but also there's not as much room for errors. I feel like every time I try to explore with the soap bars, you guys know I don't have the best luck. And since it's our Halloween collection, I really don't want to mess it up. This collection is like the biggest one that we launch all year. It's also everyone's favorite collection, so I always want everything to be perfect. This soap bar, along with the rest of the bath bombs, do come out next Friday. So until then, let's just say I'm gonna be making Halloween products all week long. I messed up a little bit on this white layering, and then I realized I'm gonna cover it with black anyways. I'm also gonna be carving the sides of this once it's done, that way all the sides aren't as dirty. This soap bar definitely still has some working left to do on it, but for now we're just laying down the foundation. And it never really feels like fall and Halloween until I physically make the first product from the Halloween collection, and it's always a soap. So now everything feels a little bit more real, and I am so excited. Once everything is laid down, I just went ahead and cleaned up all the sides, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let this dry for like a day or 2 before I decorate the rest. So stay tuned for part 2.